The government's taken a leap of faith today, approving more than $10 million in funding for AJ Hackett Bungy after declaring it a strategic tourism asset. The company's getting a $5.1 million grant and access to a loan facility of the same amount from the $400 million Tourism Recovery Fund. It's the third handout to a business under the scheme that's goal is to keep afloat tourist operators that provide significant financial benefit to the wider community. Discover Waitomo is getting $4 million. Part of that is a loan, and WhaleWatch Kaikōura is getting $1.5 million. So is it a sound investment for the taxpayer? I asked Tourism Minister Kelvin for more details.
Half of it is a grant and half of it in the second year is a loan if they need to use it. There are quarterly declarations. If tourism picks up and they don't need the money, then they don't. They won't get it. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the interest rate is.
Not sure? It's a lot of money to be not sure about what we're charging them.
Well, look, the main thing is that we are supporting the tourism businesses to make sure that they are able to continue. They are able to continue to support their staff and the communities and the region around them. But the finer details, our officials are on top of that.
So what if they can't pay it back? Have we got any claim over their assets?
Look, the thing is that we make sure that we do support them, and if they are unable to continue, that's part of the quarterly declaration, and they won't receive money. So they get money in quarterly instalments, and if they hit problems, aren't able to.
But that only protects us for the quarter that you're paying in. So what happens if they default on any part of it? Does the taxpayer have any claim to any of the assets held by these businesses that you're extending a component of a loan to?
Well, the idea is to support these businesses so that they can continue, and that's what this money is there for, to support them to continue. If they don't need it because tourism is doing well, that's when they don't receive any more.
No, but I'm asking what happens if they do need it and they need it so much, but they're still not able to keep afloat. What guarantees are there for the New Zealand taxpayer who is in essence bailing them out here? Do we have any claim to the assets of these businesses if they're unable to pay back the money that is a loan?
Well, if you look at the broad support that we've given to businesses from the outset of COVID, many of them have received money and still haven't been able to continue. But this is the government actually backing businesses to continue.
Okay, so how are you assessing their viability then before you choose to invest in them?
Well, that's the process that our officials go through. Like I said, there's
but you sign it off, don't you? So how are you assessing their viability?
Yeah, so myself and the other tourism recovery ministers, we look at the information that's put in front of us and we make the decisions then. So
what element of that information tells you that they are a winner? What things specifically are you looking at?
Well, as I've said, the officials, they go through all the applications, the ones that they believe are viable, they put towards us. We will say either yes or no to any application. But at this stage, where we've got 300 that will be gone through and analysed and looked at.
But Minister, you've approved 3 already, and these are not insignificant amounts of money. So could you just be clear with us about how you are assessing the viability of these businesses before you put taxpayer money into them?
Well, like I say, with the officials put the information and the applications in front of us, and we make decisions as a group as to whether or not we believe that they deserve it. And obviously, these 3 applications, we believe that they do deserve the support. They are backbones of the tourism industry. They are very important for the regions and the communities that they're in. And so we think on that basis, they deserve support.
But you haven't been specific about, you say, information put before you. What in that information tells you that it is a good investment for New Zealand taxpayer money?
Well, so there's a number of things that are considered, and like I say, our officials They go through the applications and we make the decisions as to whether or not to support what's put in front of us. So, we consider a number of things. One of the big things is what are the spillover effects into their communities and their regions, because if they do well, then there are other businesses in those towns and regions and communities that will also do well.
So what value of money... what value of money do they need to bring into their local economy to be in the hunt for this money?
Well, when you're looking at a community like Te Kuiti that has spillover effects from Waitomo doing well, Kaikōura, they would have a big impact on many jobs, cafes, souvenir shops, motels, accommodation.
But is there a number, Minister? Because the thing is, looking at this, you're unable to tell me what specifically you're looking for in terms of the viability of a business before you invest. You can't tell me how much economic benefit has to come to the region in order to qualify. So is that quite loose criteria you're using? And subjective?
Well, it's a criteria that will support the communities, the towns, the region, and it's difficult to put a dollar value on how important WhaleWatch Kaikōura is to the town and the district of Kaikōura. And it's difficult to put a specific dollar value on how much Discover Waitomo contributes to the King Country area. So, what we're doing is actually supporting whole regions and towns and communities as well as the specific business.
Is there going to be some money for smaller players from this fund?
So we've said already that if smaller businesses or any businesses meet the criteria, that's the consideration that we'll give, but there's also been the broad support that the government has put in since the start of COVID, such as the wage subsidy and the tax measures. So, there has been, and I've said on numerous occasions that the tourism industry has accessed many billions of dollars. There's a lot that has gone into tourism, big businesses, small businesses, and the strategic tourism assets program is just another part of our support, as well as the tourism transitions program.
And that was the Tourism Minister, Kelvin Davis, there.